Peace and blessing, guys. Anjane here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you guys are here, that means you have clicked on part 2 of a 2-part series of a full Vinyasa sequence. Grab whatever props or smudges you may need. We'll meet right back here on the mat, and let's dive right in. Guys, jumping straight into the sequence for today's class, we're going to meet in a seated posture, legs extended directly out in front. Taking an inhale as we extend our arms up above, grabbing on to that right wrist and leaning over to the left side. Taking a big breath here and exhaling it out in the opposite direction, leaning towards the right. Taking a big breath, coming back to midline. And on the exhale, we're twisting towards the left side. Left hand is going to go behind that right glute. Inhaling, squaring our hips back forward. And on the exhale, twisting towards the right. Left arm in forward, right arm behind. Big breath in, squares our hips back forward. And on the exhale, melting your chest towards your legs, coming into a forward fold. Option to rock from left to right if that feels good to your body. Taking some inhales and exhales in this space. Using your fingertips to walk your body upright, we're going to bend in the knees to meet in a downward facing dog, sending our hips to the back of the room, pedaling out our heels, noticing how your body may feel. Big breath in and exhale it out. Bending at the knees to roll ourselves forward, coming back into a tabletop position. Inhale, shifting your gaze up, pointing those toes on your mat. And on your exhale, scooping it all away. Inhale, sending everything back towards the center, point those toes. Exhale to release, scooping everything down, clenching your glutes. One more, big breath in, coming up. And exhale, scoop it all away. Just keeping this movement going at a pace that feels good for you, synchronizing your breath with each posture. Returning back to a neutral spine, we're going to walk our hands to the top of the mat, melting our heart closer towards our thighs, coming into Anahastasana. Taking a moment to surrender to our practice, to this moment in time. Our next breath is going to roll us forward onto our belly, extending our legs to the back of the mat, placing our forearms down underneath your shoulders, coming into a cobra. Big inhale. On the exhale, pointing those toes, sending your hips to the back of the mat, coming into a child's pose. Taking a couple of intuitive breaths in this space, expanding your belly into your mat on the inhale. And pushing it all away on the exhale. Starting to bend in your elbows to pick your body back upright. We're going to meet sitting on top of our heels and in like a hero pose. Option to leave your toes flexed or to lower your feet completely on the mat. Options up to you. We'll inhale, extending our arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, twisting towards the left side. Big breath in, squares our hips forward, and we're exhaling, twisting to the right. We're moving into a little bit of fluid motion here. Inhale our arms up, and exhale, twisting towards the left. We're going to send our hips forward, cartwheeling that left arm down to reach for your left leg. Inhaling this right arm up and cartwheeling it down, left arm comes extended up towards the ceiling. Another moment for fluid movement. We're taking this left hand and threading it underneath that right armpit about 2 to 3 times. On your last time, synchronizing your breath and landing that left shoulder blade to the mat. Option for right arm to extend up above or take a bind. Bending in that right elbow to pick yourself up. We're going to extend that left arm forward, right leg behind for a balancing table. Finding your breath as we crunch in on the inhale, extend out on the exhale. Repeating that about a couple more times, synchronizing your breath with each movement. Coming into our last one, inhale, crunching in, exhale, send it all away. Grounding our right foot on the mat and kicking our left out to the side, peeling our heart open, coming into a modified side plank. Big breath in here, grounding that right arm down. We're going to thread this right leg in between our hands, shooting up for an Anjaneyasana. Pointing our toes on the mat for support and sending our hips back into alignment. Take your left arm behind as right arm extends up and over, gentle back bend. Bearing our hips forward on our next inhale, grounding our left hand to the mat, right arm extends up for a dragonfly twist, lifting that left knee. Our right arm brings us back up for a twisted warrior, extending that left arm up and over for an exalted warrior. Squaring our hips back forward, meeting how we started in this dragonfly twist, and taking a step back for a three-legged dog, meeting in our downward facing dog. Rolling to our knees, returning to how we once started in our neutral cat-cows. Synchronizing our breath with each movement, inhaling to come up, and exhale to scoop it all away. Keeping this fluid movement going. Returning back to a neutral spine to walk our hands to the top of the mat, melting our heart down, meeting back in our Anahastasana. Taking some time to surrender into this posture, big inhale. And on the exhale, rolling our body forward, meeting in our cobra pose, extending our legs to the back of the room, shifting our third eye towards the sky, shoulders rolled back and down. Making our way into creating the same sequence on the opposite side, pushing our body up to expand from our thighs, sending our hips back for a child's pose. Inhale here. And on the exhale, rolling yourself up, meeting back in our hero pose. Arms extend up above, and we're twisting towards the right. Inhale, squares our hips back forward. And exhale, twisting towards the left. One more big breath, twisting towards the right. Another inhale, squares our hips forward as we twist towards the left. One more big breath in here, inhale and exhale. Pushing up onto our knees, shifting our pelvis forward. We're going to cartwheel this right arm behind as left arm extends forward, gentle back bend. Find your breath. Exhaling that left arm down, right arm comes up. Moving into our thread the needle sequence here, finding an inhale, extending that arm up. Exhale, thread and hover. Inhale to extend. Exhale, thread, landing that right shoulder down, and you know your options. Taking a moment here, calming your mind, exhaling it out. Creating a slight bend in that left elbow to pull our body upright, instantly extending that right arm forward, left leg behind. Big breath. Exhale to crunch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, scoop it all in. Inhale, extend. And exhale, scoop it in. Sending that left leg to the back of the mat, planting your heel. Right leg kicks out, peeling ourselves open, modified side plank. This right hand is going to come back down towards the mat, threading our left leg through, shooting up for an Anjaneyasana. Our right arm extends backwards, sending our left arm up and over, gentle back bend. Cartwheeling this left arm back forward as our right hand grounds to the mat, coming into our dragonfly twist. Option to lift that right knee. Coming up for a reverse warrior to an exalted warrior. Big breaths in here. On our exhale, cartwheeling everything down, returning back to our three-legged dog, and meeting in our downward facing dog. Rolling onto our knees to cross at the ankles, extending our legs directly in front of us, coming into a forward folded position. Inhale, extending our arms up above. And on the exhale, we're twisting towards the right, reaching for that right leg, extending our right arm behind. Option to lift your right leg if it's within your practice. Grounding that right heel back down, find an inhale as we exhale and forward fold. Same thing on the opposite side. We're going to inhale, peeling our body upright, reaching for that left leg this time, as our left arm peels open and behind. Being sure to push out of both heels, really make this an active posture. Squaring our hips back forward and forward fold. Moving along into our final moment of fluid movement, we're going to inhale, reaching for that right leg, extending it up. Exhale, closing everything down and fold. Inhale, reaching for that left leg, extending that left arm directly behind, rise the leg. Exhale, close it down and fold. Slowly rolling up one vertebrae at a time to come down to a reclined position, laying on the backs of our mats. Leaving our knees facing upright, drawing them into our chest. Gentle sway from left to right, just really lubricating that lower back and your spine. Creating some subtle movements for our body. Deepening the stretch, extending our right leg out towards the mat. We're going to pull our left knee in close to our armpit on an inhale. And on your exhale, twisting it over to the right side, extending our left arm out, coming into a supine twist. Big breath sends those hips back into midline, squeezing everything back in. Gentle sway from left to right. One more big breath in as we pull that right leg into our armpit, extending our left leg out. Really squeezing it in as we drape it over to the left side this time, coming into a supine twist on the opposite side. Option to extend that right arm out, taking some subtle breaths to yourself. One more inhale. And exhale it out. Squaring our hips back forward, drawing our knees into our chest. Gentle sways from left to right. Maybe you get some love from your fur baby. As we make our way into our final pose of today's class, Savasana. Extending our legs to the outer edge of the mat. Letting everything be heavy and still. Ending today's class with a big breath in. And exhale it out. Allowing whatever thoughts existed before this moment to be still. Finding your peace right here, right now, on your mat. Last breath in this place. Maybe adding movement back into your body, wiggling your fingers and your toes. Extending your arms up above, giving yourself a big stretch. Drawing our knees into our chests, giving ourselves a loving squeeze, greeting our vessel with love and intention. Thanking our body for carrying us through this practice and through this lifetime. Coming up to a seated posture so that we may end today's class together. Take your time. Staying in Savasana if that's what your practice calls for. As always, guys, thank you for flowing alongside me and joining me for this journey of my voiceover era. We'll close out today's class with a cleansing breath, extending our arms up above And exhaling our hands to heart. As always, guys, thanks for flowing alongside me, wishing you infinite blessings as you travel into your week. Taking one final inhale and exhale. And so it is. Namaste. All right, guys, let me know what your feedback is and if you love this video. Until next time, peace.